everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm Dr. Carrie Sullivan. I have the pleasure of being the supervisor of the arts here in Hamilton Township, and I get to work with students in visual art and music in grades K through 12. And I'm really excited to be with you all tonight for our very first Music in Our Schools String Ensemble concert. Bands and vocal ensemble in our schools, and now we're really glad to bring strings into the fold because we have an amazing strings program here, which is something that not a lot of schools have. So, some of the oldest artifacts that we have seen in history that have been discovered have been musical instruments. And so that leads us to think that music has been around before spoken language. Music crosses time, it crosses culture, it knows no borders, and music brings people together. So I can't imagine a better reason to come together tonight than to celebrate these amazing musicians that you see before you and their fantastic teachers that all helped make this happen tonight. Now, how many of you are musicians? Anyone in the audience? I see you like 3.5 hands. Okay. How many of you are music lovers of any style, genre, love listening to music? It helps lift you up, it helps calm you down. So music is one of those universal languages. Now, for our audience, how many of you have tried to play one of these instruments you see before you? How many of you have picked up your child's violin or cello, viola, and tried to play? A couple of you? How easy was it? I don't know about you, but when I have tried, I am not a musician. And when I have tried, it is really, really difficult. And I encourage you all to go home and try, because I think it really gives you a nice perspective on what these students put into their art. So to play an instrument takes technical skills and artistic expression. And to build those, that takes dedication and problem solving, active listening and collaboration, among other power skills. And these are skills that these students are developing that have the ability to transfer to many other domains. So in order to develop these skills, it takes a lot of perseverance from the musicians, and it also takes a team of dedicated teachers to help them in their journey. So I want to take a moment to thank our teachers. So from Grice Middle School, we have Mr. Tom Jackson. From Reynolds, we have Mr. Zach Yingling. From Crockett, there is Mr. Tarowski. Of our high schools, we have Miss Anne Marie Hopkins. So a huge thank you to all of those teachers. I also want to take this time to thank our general music teachers and our elementary instrumental music teachers, because those teachers provide that critical foundation for these students to develop that love of music that gets them here tonight. And it also takes school and community support and family support. So thank you for all that you've done to encourage your children to pursue this passion and pursue this interest. So give yourselves a round of applause. And really quick, I just want to take a moment, since this is Music in Our Schools Month, which is a national celebration of arts and music in our K-12 schools, to just reiterate how important community support is for arts education. I think now more than ever, we need to all be advocates to be able to keep these strong music programs going. So I ask, for your continued support with that. And, between our performances tonight, we're gonna have the honor of hearing directly from some of our students, which is gonna be so much more interesting than listening to me talk. But you'll hear in their own words how music has impacted them and what it means to them. So tonight is all about our amazing musicians. So to start us off, I'd like to give one big round of applause to all 6 of our string ensembles who are here to perform for us tonight.
name is Yanalette, and I play violin at Reynolds Middle School. Playing the violin can positively affect you a lot, whether you struggle to express yourself or you're just interested in a good challenge. For all 3 years at Reynolds Middle School, Mr. Ely has been a caring mentor. He wouldn't push me to my limits nor test my patience. He made me love to play and come to class each day. Moral of the story, violin isn't just about playing or performing. It can also be about the relationships created along the way.
Good evening and hello to you all. I'm Evangeline Roberts and I play the violin at Reynolds Middle School. The violin has been a part of my school life since 3rd grade and it started with Miss Anderson. Through the years, I have practiced to get better, which makes playing now so much more fun. I've had amazing teachers and great classmates who I hope continue to strive in their high school years to become the best they can be. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.
Distinguished guests, faculty, and students, I introduce myself. My name is Annie now, and I study in Reynolds Middle School. We often hear about the importance of math and science, but we must not forget the power of music to shine your minds. Music isn't just about learning notes and rhythms. It's about developing skills, emotional intelligence, and creativity that go far beyond the classroom. Music is the language the author uses to tell a story. It's the essence that conveys feelings. It breaks down barriers in our minds and fills us with joy. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have known this passion because it gave life to my life. Thank you.
do not end with academics. A music program can have positive person, social, and motivation effects on the child. One study showed that involvement in music drives students to become involved in more extracurricular activities and student government, and increases the odds that a student will go on to graduate from both high school as well as a four-year college. A study done at Columbia University showed that students involved in the arts, like music, are generally more cooperative with teachers and peers, more self-confident, and better able to express themselves. The study also showed these students gain curricular thinking and problem-solving skills through working with others while performing. Participating in the arts also creates a supportive environment for kids that promotes acceptance of constructive criticism that safely allows one to take risks and overcome fears.
A statement from Child First Publication. U.S. Department of Education data shows that students who are involved in band or orchestra during their middle or high school time demonstrate significantly higher levels of math proficiency by grade 12. These results were even more striking in families with lower income. Those who took music lessons were more than twice as likely to perform at the highest levels in math as their peers who were not involved in music. Spread Music Now, an organization that supports and helps fund innovative music programs in schools, says music training in rhythm emphasizes proportion, patterns, fractions, and ratios that can be directly related to mathematical functions. The article quotes one high school student as saying, "I've been playing the violin for over 10 years. In the meantime, I've developed a liking for high-level math like calculus." According to PBS, research has found a link between music and spiral intelligence. This means children who understand music have an advance in visualizing various elements that should go together, something a child will do when solving a math problem. These skills also come into play when solving multi-step problems in other areas, such as architecture, engineering, art, and working with computers.
of the Grice Middle School 8th grade orchestra, welcome to Music in Our Schools. My name is Salma Abdelnabi and I play the cello. We are glad to perform in the first MILS orchestra concert, and we hope that there will be many more opportunities like this in the future. We have been looking forward to playing with other orchestras, listening to their performances, and having others hear what we've been working on. We also hope that this experience helps to make us better musicians. We thank all of you for coming tonight. Hope that you enjoy our selections and that you enjoy tonight's concerts.
Hello, so I am Anne-Marie Coughlin, the High School District Orchestra Director, so I currently teach in all 3 buildings every day. Been doing that for 29 years now. So tonight we're going to start off with a piece called Despair by a student composer from Steiner, Adam. Adam, wave to the audience. So Adam's been composing a lot of stuff for us over the years. And this is going to be performed just by Steiner. And then after that, we're going to start with our district orchestra, and we're going to play a piece called Square Dance. And then I'll talk you through the next pieces after.
The previous piece, you probably heard some sound effects like pizzicato, glissando, right? So it's kind of like a fun piece. This one's more classical, a little bit more elegant. It's also a dance. So we play the square dance, and now it's a concert dance, which would be usually in like a ballroom back in the classical era, the 1700s. But a modern composition, so kind of like neo-Baroque.
Justin. So we're bringing up everybody, and if you heard our little run through, it's going to be pretty good. This is called Golden Grove. It's got all different levels of parts in it. So there's something for everybody. And we've all been working on it, so we're going to play it all together as the final piece. So the man in the mirror, we had one of our viola players playing electric bass. Justin, who's also in the jazz band and the marching band over at West. Friday night they're doing a jive in the Hive at West. If anybody wants to go see that, it's going to be some jazz band. Some of the orchestra people will be playing on that, and it's a little solo ensemble night. Friday at 7 at West. So anyway, we're just getting ready, and we're going to play it out with a piece called Golden Grove with everybody.